bottle haul and bottles put down. What we've got recently and what we've drank over time. All for you right here, right now, coming up. So let's get started right into this collection of bottles we've acquired either through purchasing, trades, friends giving, members assisting, or and the bottles we've put down. I feel like it's been a little while since we've done this.
I think so.
I think it has, but then again, we go back on YouTube and see how long ago it was since we did one of these videos, and it could have been like a week ago. I don't remember.
Hasn't been a week ago.
But I think we've acquired a lot more than we've put down because we've been going to other people's houses and drinking their stuff. Or we've recently had a little bottle share at the house and we didn't really drink any of ours.
Well, we just open new ones and we never get to the ones we've been drinking. We need to get people drunk, like on the new ones, and then stop opening things and drink the ones we have.
Well, I think what we end up drinking mostly are the ones we enjoy, and then we just buy more of those and keep drinking those because we drink what we like on a regular basis.
Well, I know. So after you get to the point that you're a little buzzed, you can't really taste much, you go back.
Go back to what?
The bottles that are open that you don't enjoy.
Oh, okay. Because I'm thinking we're opening new bottles for different experiences, and we still may like them. I don't want to be drunk and drink those, but there are others we have open that we do not like.
Yeah.
So we need to do what you said. Drink a couple shots of our enjoyable ones and then move on to the ones we don't like.
Yeah.
Like we did with the Blade and Bow back in the day.
That's right.
Yep.
So let's get into this. We'll do the put down ones first.
Yep. But before we do that, make sure, if you haven't done it already, to like, subscribe, comment, share, and hit the bell. Get the notifications for all of our upcoming videos and upcoming live streams. Some of those live streams we don't plan in advance. It just happens, so you want to get that notification and make sure you don't miss anything. We give away a lot of cool bottles on those, and we don't charge anything for those giveaways. So if you want an opportunity to win a cool bottle, you got to catch our live stream. So make sure you hit that bell. And if you really like what we do, what can they do?
Join and subscribe and be a member.
Yep, a lot of extra benefits to being a member. All you got to do is hit that join button down there. No commitments at that point. It'll just tell you what you can get extra. And then you can decide what level of membership you want. And if you have any questions, just email us at decknightotr@gmail.com, and I'll answer those questions, or just comment below. All right, let's get those bottles.
All right, let's start with this good old Weller Reserve.
Special Reserve.
Special Reserve.
Or what I like to call the green label.
The green label, yep. We both like this.
From being a non-weeded fan, this isn't that. I think the Weller line is one of the best weeded bourbons. But for being a weeded, it's good, but I would rather drink something else.
But you can get this here in Knoxville pretty much.
It's not always on the shelf. And if you have a relationship with your local liquor store, you can probably get it pretty easy. Sometimes people put it on the shelf, sometimes they don't. But it's not the hardest to get.
It's not. And how much does it cost?
Well, if you get to pay retail for it, it should be somewhere between $24 and $35.
And so if you haven't tried it, this is a good one to definitely get.
Yep. All right.
All right. First put down. Now let's go on to good old Wild Turkey Kentucky Spirit.
All right.
Should I go ahead and get the other one?
Sure.
You say, why do we have so many of the same bottle? And I feel like you might have gotten rid of another one.
Oh, there's probably been 4 or 5 of these gone. This one was a Camp Nelson F. This is a Tyrone G. And those are I like Wild. You guys have seen it. We've done a bunch of Wild Turkey videos. Wild Turkey's my favorite. I think they do the best products, the best marketing, the best family relationships. I think it's awesome. Everything about Wild Turkey's great. I haven't had anything they make that I don't like. There's some that I like better than others. Maybe I can't say it's not true, because I did not really care for the Masticated Voyage, but that was because it was Jamaican cask rum. But this stuff is awesome. I love it. This is my favorite. Overall, best bottle you could buy. Best price, best availability. And
what's the price?
60.
$60.
$60 for this.
Homer keeps this on the shelf with multiple bottles at all times. This is his go-to bottle.
There's probably 3 of them in there right now.
Yeah.
And probably going to be more, because I inquired through Bo at Wild Turkey, because he's awesome. What the availability of this should be, is it going to always be available? And no, it is not always going to be on the shelf. It is not released as much as the other stuff like the 101 and the rare breed. It will not be consistent, not because they're going to hold it back. It's just they just don't make as much of it, so it won't be. If it sells a lot, it won't be available.
Well,
so,
it was like 2 years ago and you couldn't find it.
No.
And so all of a sudden we have it. So you're saying it's probably going to go back down.
It's probably going to do this.
Okay.
So I'm going to, next time I go to another store, I'll probably buy 2 or 3 of them just to make sure I have them.
So if you're a wild turkey fan, go get this. Not too bad priced. And Homer's favorite.
My favorite. All right.
So let's move on to another one, Wild Turkey 101.
So this is the small batch version of the Kentucky Spirit. So Kentucky Spirit 101 is just the single barrel of this. And to me, that's the only single barrel bourbon whiskey that I can tell a difference. Like, if you tell me this one's normal, this one's a single barrel of that, I really can't tell a difference. Like a store pick, we did a store pick Buffalo Trace video. I couldn't tell much of a difference between the two of them. But this and that I can. Even though I really like this, that's way better.
Yeah. And so how much does this normally cost?
30, 39, 29, 39, depending.
So, and this is where everybody gets that bad rap.
Reputation, because this is
usually find it in a plastic bottle.
Well, not this one. No. But Wild Turkey, 20, 30 years ago was like the trash liquor, the college kid gonna get drunk off this stuff. But this is really good compared to a lot of others. This stuff, I don't remember specifically. We just did the tour at Wild Turkey, but everything they make is like aged 8 years, more. Yeah, or more. If it's not labeled that, it's like 8 years. That's their standard. So you're gonna get. I mean, most brands are 4 years at best. Some of them go to 6 to 8. But I think, and I could be wrong, anybody knows better, but I'm pretty sure at the tour they told us that everything there is getting at least 8 years. Most of it's a blend, and some of them are getting 15 years. It's just, Wild Turkey doesn't discriminate. They don't care if it's a 15-year bourbon. If it takes to put that in an 8-year bourbon blend to make it be what they want it to be, then they're going to do that. Some of the Russell's Reserve 13 has 20-year bourbon in it. So
that's probably why you like it a lot, because I think both of us we can drink something and we do not like the younger bourbons.
No, I think the older stuff is smoother.
Yeah.
But anyway, moving on.
Yeah.
Get the next.
Now let's just stick with Wild Turkey and go to the rare breed. My favorite. It's got your burn. You can find it always pretty consistent. How much does it cost?
It's
like
about 60.
70?
No, it's 60. It's about the same as Kentucky Spirit.
I feel like it goes up and down a little bit throughout.
Well, I think the
where
price
you
has
are.
recently gone up because it was like 54,
It
55,
has gone up
and
in
the
the
prices
last
have
year.
gone up. But that's inflation. Everything's gone up. I don't think Wild Turkey's charging more. Everything in the country you buy has gone up. The country's in a shithole of economy badness right now, and bourbon's showing it.
Yeah. So rare breed is more of, has that burn for you, has that heat. It's a little bit higher proof, right?
It's 116.8 proof. So compared to the standard Wild Turkey, it's 101, which I like the 101. She likes the 116.
I have a problem. Another one we keep on the bar.
Yes.
Always find. Always a good one if you like the heat.
Yeah, but it's not too bad heat. Heat on this is reasonable. It's not like going to kill you.
No, it's not.
It's like a chicken wing that's got good heat and flavor, not just a shit ton of heat that burns your mouth up.
Yeah, a little spice, lots of complex flavors in this one to me.
It's great. You should get it if you can. Last to put down.
Our last put down seems like not a lot, huh? So then you got your Colonel E.H. Taylor small batch.
Yep. So,
pretty damn good.
Yeah, this one. So it took us like a year, 2 years to get through this bottle. Not because we didn't like it. It's just drink other stuff. The last time we had it, there was we finished it off. It was like that much left. Man, that shit was really good. I mean, it was like way better than I actually remember.
I know.
So
that's my problem. I never remember what it was. You guys, I don't know how people remember exactly what it tastes like unless you're normally drinking it. But we got back to this one. I was like, this one's really good. We got to get another one.
Yeah, and I've had like 4 or 5 more.
And we always give them away.
Keep giving them away, or not really give them away, but there's people that can't get this at all in areas we know around the country, and they're like, hey, can you get me a Taylor? I'm like, yeah, I got one. I'll send it to you. And, I charge them what we paid plus shipping. And, so... So
you're saying this is harder to find...
In other places. It's not easy to get either. Like, I can't find this every day. The only reason I can get this is because of some of the relationships we've made. Mm-hmm. So it's not on the shelf. And we walk into some stores sometimes if we're looking, and we may find it, but those people are usually asking $100 or more, and this is like a $60 bottle.
$60.
Yeah.
All right. All right.
But it's really good. If you can get one, you should
Get
try
one.
it.
Yeah.
Hard to get, though. We all know that. All right, moving on to our
Bottle haul. So how are we going to do this? We're going to put it out, tell you how we got it.
talk about what
Talk
we think,
about
if
it
we've
and
opened it yet or
open it to
whatever,
the
what we
side.
know. Just
All right.
some things. Grab
Let's
the two
go.
little guys first.
Two little guys. Just acquired these from our good old friend Nate Roberts.
So we got these. He gave them to us, and we're gonna. He gave them to us specifically to give away, and that's what we're gonna do with it.
Yeah.
So our next
these are
live stream-
hard to get.
And they're hard to get for a reasonable price too. I've seen people sell them up to $30 for these things, and that's just ridiculous for a 2-ounce shot of Blanton's standard single barrel. But we're gonna give them away. So at our next live stream, which you don't know when that's going to be, keep an
your
eye out and hit
notifications
that
on.
bell so you can get a notification. We're going to give both these suckers away. And if you've never had Blanton's, it's a good way to start. And if you have Blanton's, we all know that it's just an average bourbon. I like it. Amy doesn't. Most people enjoy it. Once you get into a bourbon journey and get far into it, maybe Blanton stops being something you chase. But it's still a decent bourbon, and it's fun to have around.
Yeah, those are fun just to keep.
Yep.
Going on. All right. Next, this pretty bottle from Bardstown, the Origin series.
Yes, and if you remember, you see we're missing that. We did a members-only video on this one because one of the members suggested that we try the Bottled in Bond Origin series. And I remember I didn't like it, and then I found out why, because it's wheated. I don't know if you remember what you thought. No. Members, go back and watch the member video. If you want to see the video, join and be a member, and you can see it because it's under the members, behind the member wall. But I'm pretty sure you liked it.
I think I did like it more than you.
You want to? How about we get a little blend and give it a taste real quick?
Hurry up.
Oh, hurry!
How much did this cost?
$49.
So this is about a $49 bottle. I believe you can get it about everywhere. Right now, Bardstown they've got a huge series, and it is pretty available.
And but they make a lot. They have
make
a lot of different expressions, so I'm pretty sure these are decently available, but a lot of their stuff isn't because they do have some hard to get select release stuff.
And they get pretty expensive.
Oh
too.
yeah, the collaborative series gets up
Yeah.
like $169, but I've heard great things about it.
We've had the collaborative.
Nope.
No.
We've had the Fusion series, which we like.
Oh, Fusion, yeah.
With the collaborative series, it's called collaborative because, and they won't tell you where, but they source juices from other places like in the area. Like I've heard of some of it was Wild Turkey. I've heard some is Heaven Hill. So, and I don't know if it's true or not. So don't
I
quote me
do
on
remember this. I did like it.
But they source their juice, and that's what the collaborative stuff. That's why it costs more because they have to pay for it from other people.
I did like this one. It has a little bit of a weird aftertaste, but the first of it is it's buttery and sweeter.
It's better. I do like that. That is good. So, like one thing that we've said before, you guys never watch this. Your palates change, and then even the bourbon changes. You know, you drink the neck out of it, and it sit on your shelf for a while. We've had this probably for 2 months on the floor, so it's probably changed a little bit, and it's gotten more enjoyable for me. Yeah, you guys heard me go, because it always burns me going down. I think I have a throat issue more than in the bourbon thing.
I think we're going to put a tube down his esophagus.
Yeah.
All right, we'll keep going as we drink some of that. All right, the next one is the Good Times, and this is the Toasted Madagascar Vanilla Caramel Good Times.
Now, if you notice, this bottle's half empty, and it's got
Cool.
it's got a tater label on it because we got this from our great good buddy Dave from House Bourbon Drink, and he brought this over one time, and I drank it, and I really liked it, and he didn't care for it much, so he gave it to us. So I figured it goes in the bottle haul because it's one we acquired, even though it's half empty. But it's good.
I know that I did not like it.
I did.
So how much can you get this anywhere? Did you already say that?
No. Good Times is hit or miss. And then they have so many different expressions, but they source all their juice. They don't blend. They don't distill anything. They blend. So they get a bunch of barrels, and if they like what they get, then they'll sell it as, what it is. And if they don't, then they'll blend it into these weird flavors. And this one turned out to be pretty good to me. It's 120 proof too, so.
I love the stickers.
Yeah, the tater stickers.
Yeah.
We got another one going through. Anyway, Good Times, I like it. I really can't give you too many recommendations on Good Times. If you see a weird flavor taste that you might want to grab it. Who knows? How much is Good Times? I have no idea. I think it's a little higher than a cheap bourbon. I think it's in the 50 range or higher.
I was going to say, it's not that bad.
All right, next.
I don't even remember this.
This one is Adventurous Stills because our, you notice the little state sticker on there? Because it came
Drink
from
local.
Arizona.
Oh, yeah, Jonathan.
Jonathan brought us this from Arizona to get us to give it a try. And
Jonathan, probably the reason I don't remember is because we all got a little
that was the
tipsy
very last thing we drank that night. And I remember it being a sweeter bourbon, and I remember not being a big fan of it. But
again, we should probably drink it again because that night we were a little too much.
But there is a short of Amy and Jonathan going over this, so go watch that, and we'll tell you all about it. And I doubt that you can find this sucker anywhere but Arizona. I've never heard of it. Jonathan brought it, and it's called Adventurous Stills Peralta Bourbon, single barrel whiskey.
Very cool.
Thank you, Jonathan. We appreciate it.
All right, and then we've got our Maker's Mark.
Now this is one.
A good drip on it.
It's a heavy dunker. That's what I call it. I know you guys have different names for it, but I call it a heavy dunker. I got to dip this sucker. I gave it a good roundabout, and then it went all the way to the flow. Now, it is a small bottle, so maybe if it was a full size, it wouldn't have went all the way. But this was a gift from the distributor of the area when we went and did our barrel pick with Nate. And the guy got it for us, and I got to dunk it, and it was fun. Amy already gave one away, so we had two. But it's a heavy dunker. I may not ever open that. It's just kind of cool. Heavy dunker.
All right, and then you have the Jim Beam 7 years. And the reason we got this was because a member told us to go get it.
I don't remember.
I think it was, and they're like, "Oh, it's good." No, it's not.
Well, this is how long it's been since we've done one of these videos. This has been sitting on the floor. We've already done a video of this with Dave from a few weeks back, and it was horrible. Now, I know there's some of you guys are going to say it wasn't, but it's the same bourbon of Jim Beam Black. They just relabeled it and then added the 7-year age statement to it. It's the same thing they've always had that they've always used as the black.
But I like this label a lot better. It's pretty.
It's a cool bottle. I mean, you change labels and bottles and add an age statement to it. People are going to buy it, and they'll think that they're getting something special when it's really just the same old shit it's always been.
Or people like those collecting.
Yeah. But it's not good. I'm not telling you not to try it. I'm just saying I don't like it. But we all know I hate Jim Beam, so bleh.
It's probably in your mind, but I did not like it. So.
And neither did Dave.
All right.
Get that one. Nope, not that one. You can take that one.
Next is Gypsy. And the reason we have this is because Eric Church.
And I'll bet you my rattle against your copper. The bitch takes the apple again.
Is involved.
Yeah, I don't know what his level of involvement is, but I think it might be straight up his bourbon. I don't know.
I've looked into it. I think it's Eric Church's bourbon. I don't remember. I've drank a lot since then. But if you all don't know, Eric Church is my man. I love Eric Church. I've been to how many concerts of Eric Church?
Probably 10.
I could do it all. I want to go to Nashville, go to his bar.
Throw shit off the roof.
Eric Church shouldn't throw shit off the That was Morgan Wallen.
Music star Morgan Wallen was arrested. He allegedly threw a chair from the roof of a bar. This was in downtown Nashville last night. Arrest documents say a chair landed a few feet from police officers. Video footage shows Wallen throwing the chair. He was arrested and charged with reckless endangerment and disorderly conduct, but was released early this morning. So
we have not opened this. I don't know if I want to open it.
Well, this one isn't they have two different whiskey gypsies. There's one that's $200 and this one was $79. We haven't opened it yet, but it's a straight bourbon whiskey finished in French and Appalachian oak stave, so that sounds cool. Appalachian oak, remember, they always say American oak. They don't say Appalachian or where it comes from. And I like it because, one, it's a really cool bottle. I love it when they use cool bottles. And, of course, being Eric Church, he's a millionaire. He has money to throw.
And he has class.
Well, I mean, people probably have class, but don't have the money to buy expensive bottles.
True. How much did this cost?
$79.
$79, so not a bad one. It is not the easiest one to get right now.
Well, we've seen it twice in Knoxville, and Nate helped us get this one.
Yes, and then other one we have seen, and it was,
times, but it's $200.
It's like $200, so not yet.
Yeah, but it's fun.
We'll open it eventually. I'm sure it's delicious. If it has Eric Church wet in it, it's going to be so good.
Maybe he rubbed his wiener around the thing and she could just give it a
Next bottle. Stop.
All the way to the end.
Yep. All right, Hemingway.
All right, so I was suggested this one, and I've looked at it many times, and I've walked away from it many times, and I got it because I was told this is the best rye whiskey I will ever drink. Now, if you've had this before, comment below and tell me what you think about it. But we haven't opened it yet, and I've really been getting into the ryes lately, and I enjoy the Knob Creek rye and the.
We've had, and people have brought us some ryes, and they've been really good. So.
Yeah, we just did a toasted barrel strength rye of Michter's. So this stuff is, if this is going to be the best rye I've ever had, then I'm excited to try it. And it's cool. It's a cool bottle. It's Hemingway. It's Ernest Hemingway. He was a big whiskey guy. And then it's got this tasting note card you can fill out on the back and slide it in there. So it's fun. I like how they do things like that.
Now, can you get this anywhere?
Well, I got it at North Shore. So I
probably.
think it's fairly reasonable to get.
And how much?
It was like $69.
So not bad. So we'll do a video on it, and we'll let you know how we like it.
All right. Nope. Yep. All right. Here's a standard that I like to keep one on the shelf. I won't rush to get it, but if I come across one that's a good price, and this is a store pick from North Shore, which Nate, again, we went with him to do the Maker's Mark. This is a bottle that he picked, and he also picked the Jack Daniel's rye that we had, and it was awesome.
Yep.
And hopefully the Maker's Mark we picked will be awesome. Yeah. And this one I heard is awesome itself.
Well, and this is not a rye.
No, it's Whiskey Reserve Double Oak.
This is a favorite amongst a lot of people.
And us.
And us, yes. But if you want to find a bottle that most people like, this is probably it. And it doesn't have to be a store pick.
And it's cool to start, if you have friends coming over who's never had bourbon.
This is a good one. It's more of a chocolate flavor to it.
And doesn't kick so bad, and it's easy. It goes down easy.
And it's the Double Oak isn't as easy to find, but it ranges from like $60 to $70.
And it's easier to find than most other Double Oak versions.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
Now here's a fun one I got.
This is a cool bottle.
I got this because we hardly ever talk about bottles anymore. We just kind of forget about it. But this one has a bull skull on the front that protrudes out, and it's got like a revolver top for the cork, and it's Doc Holliday.
I'm your huckleberry. That's just my game.
7 years aged bourbon.
It's a heavy bottle.
It is, and it's
best in show.
It's a MGP. And it's got a couple awards on the side, but I've tried this and I liked it. And so it was like $69 for the bottle. It's a cool bottle, and I got it just because of this channel. I thought it'd be fun to review, and it didn't taste bad.
You know, I have not got to try it, but I have noticed all the coolest bottles, the bourbon inside, not so cool. So we will have to review this and see if Homer is right.
Yeah, well, I wasn't the only one that thought it was pretty decent.
All right, Frey Ranch. It's a heavy bottle too, gosh.
That would be one that you would hit an intruder over the head with.
Yeah, it is. That is cool on the bottom. It's definitely like like a cowboy. Yeah.
That sucker's heavy. It's got a big top on it, a big cork. It is, I've never had it, but it's a Nevada bourbon, and I've heard awesome things. And then after I got it, I heard someone tell me, I was telling someone I got it, like, oh, that's horrible, it's gross. But that's the only person I've ever heard say it. So I'm looking forward to that. I've heard good things.
It's got a cocktail signature on top. Maybe that means just mix this.
I don't know. Maybe they just wanted...
And how much is this?
I think it was like $59.
Readily
kind of
available?
getting us to... no. That's the only reason I got it was because it's the first time I've ever seen it here.
Oh, okay.
So I don't know its availability around the country, but around here, it's not always here. All right.
We have the WB Sapple.
I think that's how it's said. How do you say it, Nate?
WB Sapple.
WB Sapple. I don't know much about this. I was told it's a Wild Turkey brand, so it's Wild Turkey. I should like it. It says bottled and distilled by the American Medicinal Spirits Company in Lawrenceburg, Kentucky. So we're going to do some research on this, and then we're going to do a video for you guys on that one specifically.
And this is really hard to get.
Yeah, it's the only time I've ever seen it is in Florida, and at the time, we didn't know what it was, so we didn't get it. It was because it's pretty expensive for a $3.75. It was like $70, and we got it at the Bourbon Bar on our way back from Maker's Mark. With
Yeah,
Nate.
so it was in Kentucky, and it was behind the register. So if you find this, hopefully we will review it, and if you find it, if it's good, make sure you get one.
Yeah, Nate got one, we got one, so I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah.
Next.
All right, another Wild Turkey Private Select.
This is basically it's the same thing as it's a 101 single barrel. It's basically the same thing as the Kentucky Spirit that we have that I love, but it was selected and only available at the visitor center, and I think they did that because the visitor center had just opened, so it's probably a one-time only thing. And I saw that it was being released, and Dave just so happened to be coming back through that area on his way back home from one of his workplaces, and he was so gracious to stop and pick us one up. And I don't know what it cost because he didn't charge us for it. He just gave it to us.
Thanks, Dave.
Dave's a great dude.
And this is hard to get?
It's impossible to get.
Okay, so you just can get it
if
out
you can't get it at the visitor center, and I'm imagining once it's gone, it's gone.
All right.
It's a single barrel, so it's, yeah, I'm pretty sure that's pretty much it.
All right. So this one, pretty rare, I would say.
It's extremely
It's
rare.
a rare breed, Wild Turkey, and we were at the distillery, and Jimmy Russell was out there signing things and talking, so we got to stop, take pictures, tell a story or two to us, and I had him sign it. If you ever go to Wild Turkey, he is normally there, apparently.
In the afternoon, he's there pretty much every day, we've been told.
Yeah, so if you go in the afternoon and there's a red van outside, that's Jimmy and his wife, most likely. So make sure to pop in and say hi.
And get something signed.
Yeah.
All right, moving on.
All right, so the ever popular Elmer T. Lee, which has a wonderful grip on it. It's got like a little divot on both sides to hold, I guess, so that...
It's a very weak, light bourbon, so it's made perfectly for weak, light women. Because they can grab it and hold on to it and pour it.
And not drop it. I think that was the whole thing.
I'm making a joke. It's Elmer T. Lee. He's the master distiller from Buffalo Trace back in the 80s. And it was something made to put his name on and to honor him. So it's not the... It's personally, we bought it. We originally tried it a few years ago, and we really liked it as a shot that we had at a bar. And Justin's House of Bourbon, we could buy pours, and we tried it, and we thought it was really good. And then it went a while without getting one, and we finally got one, and then I had an opportunity to buy another one, and then we opened the first one we got, and we both decided we didn't like it as much as we thought in the past. So now we have two. But that's okay, because it's a good name.
Well, it's a hard to get
It's extremely
bottle.
hard to get bottle.
And if you go get a shot at a bar, it's like freaking $40.
And in secondary market, this is $200-$300 bottle, if not more.
Maybe, just maybe, this might be a good bottle to give away.
Do a giveaway?
Yeah.
Yeah,
We'll see.
maybe. Because even though we may not find it as one of our favorites, other people might. So this might be maybe a 3,000 member giveaway.
What?
All right.
All right, so the ever popular Weller Special Reserve that stays pretty much at our house. This is a great one to have when people come over. They want to try a good bourbon. We think Weller is good.
And we just put one down, so we always got to make sure we have a backup. So it's good to have. It's a name, even though this is their lowest level Weller. If it's still a Weller, and people want to come over and try different bourbons and try something that's got name value to it, this is a good one to do.
Yep.
So that's why we have it, and we don't dislike it. So.
And then we have 107 Antique 107 Weller.
Which I said before, if we have one, if I find one at retail, I'm going to buy it.
Yeah, this is a great, I think it's a sweeter dessert Weller. I do.
It's just a sweet bourbon. I don't think dessert when I drink it, but
I think
it's
dessert.
what she wants to think, she can.
But it's a great one to come out on the deck at night.
And it's one of your tops, isn't it?
Yeah, I love 107.
I think it's the absolute best wheated bourbon made. Now, Dave brought us an Old Fitz 1613, very, very special, and it was amazing. So when I say this is the best wheated bourbon made, I've had a few Pappies, and I think this is better. I've had a lot of other wheated bourbons, and this is the best. Now, when you get down to some extremely rare Old Fitzgeralds and stuff, this may not compare to it, but standard stuff, even better than the lower end Pappies, I like. And it's not Pappy, it's the Lot B and the Rip Van Winkle stuff. I know the 15 to 2023 is the only thing that's Pappy, but it's just easy to refer to all of them as Pappy.
And Antique 107 is a rare bottle. It's harder to get, not maybe in Tennessee. You can probably get it a little bit more often.
I only get this because of our relationship. If it wasn't for the relationship, we wouldn't get this.
Oh.
If you live
So
in
you can't find
Ohio,
you can get it.
Get this
I
sucker
feel like
all
in
the time.
Ohio you can get everything.
I don't know what is up with Ohio, but for some reason it's the Weller, Land of Weller it is called.
Yeah. So go to Ohio if you want one.
But I like this better than the CYBP, the single barrel, the foolproof, basically the whole rainbow of Weller. This is the best one.
I totally agree.
All right.
Oh, and then you got the Buffalo Trace kosher.
So this is the straight rye kosher, and I've never was in a big concern or hurry to get it because I thought it was just blessed by a rabbi, which made it kosher, and it was just the standard.
Ignorant we were.
The standard mash bills blessed and then put kosher on it. Well, Nate told us that they are processed a little different, and we did have a regular Buffalo Trace kosher one day
So
with
much
Nate,
better.
and it was way better than the standard Buffalo Trace.
Oh, and I'm not a Buffalo Trace girl, and I tried that one with the Rabbi Blessing. It was so much better.
And we were on our way back from the Burrow Pick with Nate, and they had this and the standard Buffalo Trace kosher. So he got that one. We got this one. It was $59. So I think we got a great deal, and I look forward to trying it.
Yeah, so if you get a kosher, try to grab it. Okay, another wild turkey.
So it's just the
Homer's
Kentucky Spirit, the Tyrone. You know, I always got to keep them in the house. And like I said earlier, I don't know what the availability is going to be, so I'm going to make sure I have a stock of this.
Yeah. Then you got the Shanks, which is very hard to get.
So we had an opportunity to get this with bomb burgers at the distillery, and I don't like bomb burgers. You didn't like the
I
bomb
hate
burgers.
bomb burgers.
So we have to give Shanks a try, and we may not like it either, but it is a Michter's product, and Michter's tends to be pretty good. And we got this at $109 at the North Shore Wine and Spirits. So it is not, that's high for a bourbon, but it's not high for this compared to secondary market value.
Yeah.
So we got it, and hopefully we'll like it.
Yeah, when you go to distilleries, make sure you see what is, if you're just popping in, always see what's at the counter and see what's available for that day. A lot of times you can't get some of these rarities without doing a tour, so watch out for that. All right, guys, this is a biggie. It's a Russell's Reserve 13, which is fantastic.
Yep, we did a video of this with the comparison of the Russell's Reserve 15. Not that we had either one of them. We were at the Wild Turkey Distillery and bought 2 shots and did a video there while we were tasting it. So you can go check that video out right here and see what we thought.
So hard to get.
I've been trying to get this sucker for 2.5 years.
I think everybody's been trying to get it, and now it's got the 15 out, so it's both of them are going to be really hard to get. If you want to go stand in line at Wild Turkey for a couple days, they keep releasing things.
But you don't know when it's going to come out, so it's hit or miss.
So go stand in that line and meet some new people, or go sit at the bar at Wild Turkey and meet those fantastic bartenders and have a drink. It's like $40 for a shot.
It was 50.
$50 for a shot
But
if you want to.
It was a great experience just hanging out there, and everybody there was awesome. So cool thing. We got this one from Dave. Dave decided to be compassionate and sell us one of his that he had because he has a couple. And this is the batch 3. I heard batch 1's the best, but batch 3 is really darn good. And he gave it to us for $220, which retails around $200. So thanks, Dave.
Okay, so then you got the Maker's Mark Heart
Release.
The Heart Release.
So this is the new version. It's I say version, it's just the new labeling of the wood finish series. So you had the FAE2, the BEP, and all the other ones. This is just a new one, and we got it while we were at the distillery for the barrel pick, and it is really good. I think we paid like $79 for it, and I don't like wheated bourbons, but this is a good one.
Yeah.
I
don't remember trying it.
You didn't try it.
Oh, I didn't try it.
So 112 proof. Good stuff. I think it's top. It's up there at the 107 Weller wheated version bourbons.
Okay, this is more of an impossible one to get. This is your Maker's Mark Cellar Aged.
And we would not have been able to get this, but because we were doing the barrel pick, they let us buy one. Normally, you can't even buy this at the distillery. I know they have them, obviously, because we got one, but they're reserved for special things. And barrel
we
picks
were special.
We were special that day. VIP.
What?
So we got that one, and we
How
haven't
much
tried
did you
it
pay
yet.
for it?
I don't remember. I have no idea.
And we're going to open this with you guys one day and do a review. So
And why it's called cellar aged is because there's everything at Maker's Mark's very consistent. All their mash bill is the same, the barrel is the same, their brick house is the same, and they rotate in the brick house. So the ones in the ceiling and the ones on the floor get rotated. So there's not some that get ceiling time and floor time because the temperature is different, which causes the barrels to react differently. This is cellar aged, and they have a cellar cut out of the mountainside, and the temperature in there stays about 55 degrees. So this should have a completely different flavor profile based compared to the normal makers because of the way the cellar reacts to the barrel compared to the hot brick house. So this will be interesting, and I look forward to trying it. Do the other Old Forester.
Okay, another Old Forester.
So this was a store pick from Pop's Wine and Spirits here in Knoxville, and I got it because some of our acquaintances and the guy I work with went and was involved in the pick of this barrel, and have a little tater sticker on there that Dave gave us because it says Dave's not here, because Dave was supposed to go but he couldn't get off work, and so it's fun, this little sticker to throw on there. It's 130 proof. Everything we've had from Old Forester has been pretty darn good. So and we've had a store pick single barrel before, but it was the black label, which is only 100 proof. This is 130 proof, so this should be fun.
We'll see.
Definitely can't drink this one quick.
Hopefully they did a good job.
We'll see if they pick barrels well.
Okay, another hard one to get, the President's Choice, Old Forester.
It's extremely hard to get. The only reason we had the opportunity to buy it was because we did a tour. We were up in Louisville a few weekends ago, and we got the chance to do the tour with Old Forester. There are 6 shorts that I pieced apart to get there, so if you want to see how our experience went, you can watch those 6 shorts all back to back, and it'll just be a quick run through of what we did and what we tasted, stuff like that. So this was one of the bottles we got to buy. Mm-hmm. And they also let us buy 4 of the 117 rum cask series, and we didn't like it. So we sold them to people that wanted one at the price we paid for it. We didn't charge extra for that.
Yeah. You liked this one.
Yes, I did.
This was not one of my favorites, and I like Old Forester. I don't remember, again, we were drinking. Aren't you supposed to drink and taste? But it wasn't my favorite. So, but we'll do a review on this here soon.
And it was one of the best ones, but one of the cool things about it is these are all barrel numbered, and this is barrel number 69.
69, dudes!
69, dudes!
All right. Old Forester President's Choice.
All right.
And the last bottle.
And the last one, which I have to say is wonderful. We went and stand in line for the Heaven Hill and got an 18-year. We already have the 17-year because it is delicious.
It's really good.
I love the Heaven Hill 17-year.
The 17-year is really good. The 18 we tried. This one's
Still
not open
really
yet,
good.
But Dave, we went and stood in line. We got there at 6 in the morning. We're like 300th in line, and we're lucky that they were giving away that many because we ended up getting 2, one for me, one for her. We kept one, and we let Dave have the other. And he came over and we tried it. Her and Dave did a quick review on his channel of the 17 and 18. And we tried them, and I think we all agreed that 17 was better.
But
this
the 18 was still so good. Another thing about Heaven Hill, standing in line with them, we didn't actually have to do it, so we can still go stand in line. But if you go stand in line at this distillery now, you have to show your ID, and you cannot get the same bottle
they scan
for
your
a
ID,
year.
and if you go back and they scan your ID and you've had that bottle within a year, they won't sell you one.
So just like Buffalo Trace.
And
Buffalo Trace, you always have the ID.
And they do 3 months.
I thought it was 6 months.
I think it's 3 months.
3 months, 6 months. So make sure you bring people if you want extra bottles.
Yep.
Because you're not getting one for a year.
Alrighty.
All right. So I think you had one more thing back here.
One more thing. So we have had these stickers made, these Deck Night on the Rocks bourbon whiskey review stickers, and everybody who is a member will get one of these in our infinity bottle sample we send you. So for all of our members, we do a Zoom video where we can all talk to each other. We send them a sample of all of our infinity bottle, which is a blend of all the bottles we've reviewed, and we talk about it and discuss it and see what we think. Last time we did it, the bottle ended up being pretty good, which kind of sounds like it's going to be gross, but it's actually really good.
Yeah, we were a little stunned.
So all of our members will be getting this sticker in there with it. And if you want to have opportunity to participate in that, just become a member. And the next time we do it, you will be involved. But if you just want to get a sticker, you can get one of those too. Just go to Bourbon-Haze at Venmo, drop $5 in there, put your address in the your mailing information in the comments, and I will mail you one of these suckers for $5. So if you want a $5 really good quality Deck Not on a Rock sticker, Bourbon-Haze at Venmo, and put your mailing address in the comments, and you shall receive one in the mail. All right.
All right, well, is that it?
I believe that's all.
All right, well, that was a good haul, and I can't wait to do these videos and let you know what we think about some of these bottles. For now, we will see you next time.
Like, subscribe, comment, share, hit the bell. You hit that bell, you get notifications for all of our live streams and our bottle giveaways. And like we said, we might do a, we're at 2,200 members. When we hit 3,000, I think we might give that MLG leeway.
We'll see how that goes.
See what happens. Stay in contact with us. You'll find out what all those cool giveaways will be. All right, anything else?
I'll see you guys next time.
Keep
sipping.
sipping.